Let's talk about the number one question that we get asked, and we get asked almost every day. How much does EV charging system cost, right? How much does it cost to install an EV charging solution? So it's not a simple answer because there's way too many variables for me to just say, oh, it's going to cost you X, because it's way too many variables. But we can share with you, because we've done so many and have a good understanding of this, that a rule of thumb, you might look at a level 2 charging station costing you anywhere from 3,000 to 8,000 per plug to install. And that's including everything from, say, preparation, design, installation, permitting, and operations. A DC fast charger, right, that we talked about, that can charge a little faster, those can run 30,000 or even over 100,000. So as you can see, it's hard to put a simple answer on a question like that. We do have some basics that we share with people that, based on your property, location, things that we would recommend, and we can help anybody figure that out. But I want to spend some time on this so that we could really dig in and help you understand how to determine for yourself what it's going to cost. So what we always try to implement and make sure that our customers and our hosts understand is it's important to look at the overall life cycle cost, right? The installation cost, the operational cost, any replacement cost or upkeep cost, right? These are all things that make sense that we have to consider, instead of just looking at what's the best thing I can get right now for the least amount of money, right? Because I can promise you, you can go on Amazon and you can find a charger for $400. Any given day, you can find a level 2 charger for $400 on Amazon. You could probably hire an electrician to come out and wire that thing up for you and mount it on a wall for $500-600. So right there, you could say, oh, they cost, $1,200. Well, guess what? That thing may not work half the time. It may break, in month 13 because it had a 1-year warranty. And even if it does have a warranty, you bought it on Amazon. You ever try to return something there? So we got to look at the full life cycle cost when we look at this stuff, right? Because it's way more to do. There's so many more pieces to it that we need to look at. And so what I decided to do is we're going to cover this in several episodes. So you're going to get a few more episodes of this following along. We're going to do 2 more episodes. Today, we're going to look at kind of the core of the EV charging side, which is going to be the charger and the software, so that you can start to understand what the cost would look like for a charger. So we're going to start off with the charger itself and the main components. When I say the charger, I want to talk about the charger and the main components that go with it. So the charger itself is like I've mentioned to you, and for today, again, we're talking about level 2 charging, not DC fast charging. I will do a separate episode completely on DC fast charging, but today it's mostly my commercial real estate properties, level 2 charging. So understand, it's really just a safety switch. So a basic simple charger has a PCB board inside of it that controls some on-off relays to turn the power on and let it charge the car. There is some connectivity that occurs between the plug and the vehicle that signifies, that signals back to the charger it's okay to turn the power on. So that basic simple charger is the entry level, right? That is the bottom point, is that simple charger safety switch. Now there's components that add on to that are going to obviously increase cost no matter, each thing of you that you add. So depending on how you're controlling access, okay, you might have an RFID reader added to it. You might add a key switch to a charger. You might add keypads where somebody can put in a number. You might be adding even a credit card reader to some. Those things will add to the cost of that charger. Then you have to look at the charger. Is it networked? Is it connected to the cloud in any way, to any software solution, or your Wi-Fi, because that adds a network card to that charger. That base charger that you're buying would not have the capability of connecting to your Wi-Fi network without a Wi-Fi card, or the cellular network without a cellular card with a modem inside of it. So those things add to the cost of that charger. And then you have display screens, whether or not you want them or need them on your charger. A lot of the chargers do not have screens. They have simple LED lights. Then you can get small little small LED screens that will tell the users a little bit more about what's happening with the charger besides a green flashing light. Then you can get into big display screens that you can serve ads and all kinds of stuff on, like you might see at a map at a retail location, a big shopping center or something like that might have a charger that has a big screen that sells ads on that screen. So those are the things that you'll find out there. Then you have some, what we kind of call the accessories, which would be the pedestal to mount them on, hangers or hooks to hold the cables, maybe even retractors to help pull those cables back, make it easy. You have some chargers that come, instead of a small, charger, they come in a full cabinet that comes maybe complete with the charger the cable management. You can have some other things like cameras, lights, security systems that are integrated into your chargers to round out the system. So obviously each of those things are going to add cost. So when you are looking at a charger, a commercial charger can run anywhere from $900 to even over $10,000 if you have all kinds of bells and whistles and security cameras and screens on it. Okay. Most of the time, you're going to see those EV chargers when you go out to buy them for a commercial property that are going to run about $1,200 to $2,000 just for the charger. Now, those accessories that you're adding on, the pedestal and things like that, those can add another, $200, $300 per charger to the cost of your system. So those are the components that come. So the cost of your charger at the end of the day is going to vary depending on the components that you choose that you need based on the system that you need. So if you start with a basic charger, 40 amp with an RFID card, again, that unit might run $800 to $1,200. You start adding those pieces and you get up to that point, like I said, where these can run up to about $2,000. That's with your display screens and everything else. So your charger, if you look for a rule of thumb, if you're kind of putting some budget numbers together, taking a look at this, what I would recommend is on your notes, just put down about $2,000 for that charger. Put, $1,800, $2,000 per charger. That's going to cover most of what you may need for a networked charger. Okay. So the next thing that you need to look at, right, as I mentioned, is the operation side of this, the software and the things that go with that. And we're going to talk more about that in the next episode. So today I want to round out basically with the charger itself. Okay. We just, understanding that charger, and I'll say, for what does it cost? I'll share with you how we work with our clients. So we have a basic starter solution that can cost anywhere from $1,500 to $2,000. So a very simple solution that can allow you to start offering EV charging to your guests at a very low cost to get involved. And typically on those, we use some type of RFID card, so there is no ongoing software cost. Now, when you get into an integrated charger, like our SecureVolt chargers that integrate into maybe your employee badging system or your room key access system or your front door access, system, anything like that, those chargers, which do not require additional software that we'll talk about in the next episode, because those actually connect to your existing software. So that they become another access point on your existing software. And then the charger, our charger and our module communicate back and forth with your system. So it lowers that software cost that's there. Those can run anywhere from, for a dual charger system, 2 chargers, anywhere from $3,500 to maybe $5,500 on average. That's kind of your average range, when you add the little pieces, the screens and things like that. The network chargers, which is our most common charger to date that's out there, these are the ones that are connected to the network. They're monitored. They've got all the guest support that come with it. Those will run for the dual system again, $3,000 to $4,000. So in these examples I'm giving you, the $1,500 to $2,000 for the starter kit, up to $5,500. That's for 2 chargers. That's a typical system that we install. It will have 2 plugs. It may be 2 separate chargers with 2 plugs, or it may be a cabinet unit with 2 plugs on the cabinet, but still 2 separate charging functionality, so both chargers get full service. So you can see from that, when you talk about the cost of EV charging, that it's very important that you start with the right solution. Where do you want to be? What do you want to offer to your guests or your customers? And again, defining those goals, understanding that allows you to pick the right charger for your solution. So if you want more information on this, reach out to us anytime, sales@stayincharge.com. We'll be glad to share information and help you. And I hope this episode helped you learn more about the cost of EV charging. And on the next episode, we're going to dig into the software and operating costs. We'll see you there.